against the oppression of man's obsession to control things. Look at the long line of make-believe kings, and the Lord of the Flies wants you to kiss his ring. Follow new rules with invisible strings and become a puppet in a diabolical scheme. How do good men become a part of the regime? They don't believe in resistance.
You are listening to the Atheist Antidote Show.
Vous écoutez l'émission d'Antidote athée.
كنا تستمع إلى أظهار ترياق الملحد.
Che si sta ascoltando lo show Antidote athée.
You are listening to the Atheist Antidote Show.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brock Lawley. I am the Atheist Antidote on YouTube and other such social media venues. The lyrics of that opener have never been more relevant to what I'm about to talk to you about. How do good men become a part of the regime? They don't believe in resistance. That is so true, and I have been so heartbroken with my fellow Christians and with people in this country who sit in the lap of privilege and prosperity and once in a land of freedom. And they've literally watched the chains fasten around their wrists and their legs in complacency. And nothing illustrates that like the story I'm about to bring to your attention. I am driving down 71 south in Columbus, Ohio, towards the city of Columbus, where John Freshwater today is pleading his case. He went through the stages of our justice system, from local government to state Supreme, all the way up to the state Supreme Court, where he's talking now about the slander and the hit job and the bigotry, the anti-Christian bigotry that has been perpetrated against him. Libel, slander, trumped-up charges. Here is a man who was fired from his job originally for having a Bible on his desk that he said he would refuse to remove. He has every right, by the way, to have that Bible on his desk. The bigotry that we're dealing with, just in that. Then they trump up all these charges. They accuse him of teaching nonsense in the class, which he's agreed to take lie detector tests. They have some kids trump up charges about him branding them, which is so on its face, so preposterous. Everybody that knows this man has testified in his defense. It's so ridiculous and so outlandish. But it's like Christ before Pilate, where they're just trumping up all these charges because the original case is feather light. And this is the thing. This man, the reason this is important is he's not laying down. He's fighting. He's standing up for himself. And I'm ashamed of Christians. His fellow teachers in that school should stand with him. Have we not learned in history what happens when these bigots, when these hateful bigots descend, when the statist, totalitarian, anti-God bigots descend? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, now is the time. Now is the time to stand. I know you're comfortable and you don't want to, but for your children, somebody will have to jump on this grenade. Yes, these people can ruin lives and they can ruin careers, and they've proven to do so in the case of John Freshwater. Let me. This man has 21 years of proven education excellence. His test scores are through the roof. They outpace that of all other people in the state. This is unbelievable. Do you realize you live in a world? Let me just put this on your tongue so you can taste this. You live in a world where hundreds of teachers get caught coming to school drunk, don't show up at all. Some get caught in sexual tangles with students, and the union does not fire these people, and the school district does not fire these people. In the case of New York, they sit in this room and they collect $80,000, $90,000 a year paychecks from the state. And this man gets fired from his job of 21 years for having a Bible on his desk. You know, even if you're an atheist, let that resonate. The bigotry that you are involved in is profound. It is profound, ladies and gentlemen. And these people, they're ravenous. There's nothing that will satisfy that hatred. So you either draw your lines and you fight this anti-Christian bigotry now, or it will find its way to your doorstep. This, I promise you. Read basic history to validate what I'm telling you. You live in a country where the education system is so corrupt. You have kids graduating with a 6th grade reading level, and they're firing teachers for having God's word on their desk, because that's the only thing this man is actually guilty of. They know it. Everybody in the court system actually knows it. It's pure bigotry. Speak out against this. Post a story on your Facebook page. Make some noise about this. And I would advise you to shame some of these public figures who are remaining silent about this story. I mean, go to your pastor. Ask him why he's not involved in this. The church is... Cowards are just prevalent. And it's very discouraging to me. You're not called to be a coward. I know there's a lot of Christians that disagree with me on this. They like to get dressed up in their hipster outfits. They like to sip on coffee, and they like to lick their finger and stick it up into the political wind and follow it. That is not what Christians are called to do. You're called to pursue justice and truth and speak it despite the cost. And it's time to do that right now. There is way too much going on. Thank you for listening. Do something. It's the Atheist Antidote Show.
Слушайте шоу «Противоядие атеист». Интернет You are listening to the Atheist Antidote Show.